If I told you that one of these 8 women was going to feed raw chicken to her possible future mother-in-law, go ahead and comment down below which one you think it is. Hey everybody, it's Gabby. I'm back again for season 1, episode 4 for this week's rendition of Recounting the Tale of the Flavor of Love. And this week, a brand new twist. A whole new woman gets brought into the mansion. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. We are down to our top 8 girls and things are getting real. I can actually remember all of their names this time. We are left down to Pumpkin, Red Oyster, Goldie, New York, Hottie, Sweetie, Smiley, and last but not least, our girl Hoops. Her and Goldie are currently my favorite girls. I am rooting for that. Starting off the episode strong, we have Flava Flav himself, dressed to the nines, and he is waking up all the girls individually himself. The girls come downstairs into the foyer, and there, with Mr. Flav himself, is his mother.
It's my mother, Miss Anna Drayton.
Flav then lets us know that she's been a religious woman her whole life and she's never missed a Sunday service. So right now the girls have 30 minutes to get ready for church and head out in the limo with Flav and his mom. All of the girls get ready. They're doing their absolute best to be as modest as possible. Flav's mom is covered from the top of her neck all the way down to her toes. The service is hopping, y'all. People are stomping, people are singing, they've got their hands in the air like they just don't care because they've got Jesus in them. They got the Holy Spirit.
Fire for Slam Man.
Now, after the service gets over, Flav surprises all the girls by letting them know they are going to be going to a tea service with his mother to get some one-on-one time with Flav's mom so she can give him some advice, let him know what she thinks of all the different girls, and to really see who these women are that are so interested in her son through a reality TV show. Now, Flav's mom definitely kind of comes off like a hard ass. Like, if you know it's someone's super religious mother, they're giving that, but she seems very fair. She's extremely neutral about Pumpkin, Goldie, Oyster, and Smiley. She doesn't seem really impressed, but she also doesn't really have anything bad to say about them either. But New York and Sweetie, she has no grace for whatsoever. She thinks they're fake, she thinks they're trying too hard, and she thinks they're desperate. Savage, but she read them like a book, bro. At the beginning of this episode, Sweetie literally said that because she thought Flav wasn't feeling her, she was going to start acting fake like New York. And what a terrible episode to start that shenanigans on, because this lady sees right through your bullshit. She sees right through New York's as well. Now, she actually likes Hottie and Hoops. Now, Hottie, I think she mostly likes because as soon as she sits down with Flav's mom, she treats it like a job interview. She starts talking about her Ivy League education. She starts talking about the jobs she's held. She starts talking about the things she wants to do for Flav to improve his life and make him a better person. She talks about her religion. She talks about her hobbies. She talks about her fitness, and she talks about her parents. Basically everything a mother-in-law could ever want to know. And Hoops is just so quietly confident. It's honestly admirable. There's not a lot of people who can master that quiet confidence, but I think Flav's mom sees that and realizes that it takes a lot of shit to build a confidence like that from such a young age. So that in and of itself is just impressive. She also loves the fact that Hoops has a family-based job and that she's really close with all of her siblings, which good for her. Those are things that I think a lot of people strive to have in their life. Now, after high tea, Flav's mom comes home and has like a little bit of like a deliberation with him in his room, talking about the girls that she thinks are good for Flav and the girls that she sees right through their BS. And she kind of turns around Flav's opinion on Sweetie. She does not like Sweetie, and she thinks she's desperate and fake. She says the same thing about New York, but I think Flav knows New York is fake. I think she knows she's a little bit desperate, and I think he's kind of okay with that. But for some reason with Sweetie, it really bothers him. Also, Flav's mom does not like the fact that when she sat down with Sweetie, the first thing Sweetie said to her is, "I used to be signed to RCA Records, so I have a little bit of that flavor in me too." His mama clocked that and said she's just here to be famous. Now, do I think Sweetie's just there to be famous? I think initially she signed up with that hope in mind, and then she actually got emotionally attached to Flav. But that's just me. That's just me. I could be wrong. After Flav has this sit down with his mother, he basically is like, you know what, now that I have this advice from my mom, I want to go on some like little mini dates with these girls and just really see how I feel now that I have this outside perspective in the back of my mind. He starts off with Hoops, and Hoops starts off really strong. She's very straightforward and honest. She says she likes Flav's mom, and she feels like after the last episode where she was picked last, she really needed to be upfront with her feelings to Flav. And so she tells him exactly how she feels. And I think he sees that as genuine and really appreciates that. Next up, he has a date with Goldie. And they always have a good time together. They're always just vibing. They're always just like kind of hanging out like little besties with some sexual tension. Everyone knows a couple who's like that, or some friends who are like that. Up next, he has Pumpkin. They make out and feel each other up, as usual. That's kind of all they do at this point, which, hey man, if he's thinking with his head and not his head, whatever. After that, he has a date with Hottie. And this is the first time that Flav says he sees Hottie as more than just a hottie after this talk with his mom. Then he sits down with New York. And after everything his mom has said, he's really kind of starting to look at New York a little bit differently. He's starting to see that like really bitchy competitive side of her, and he's just not quite sure how he feels about it. And that's valid. That's valid. If you were kind of blinded by the sauce, by the beauty, and then all of a sudden your mama comes up in here and she's like, you're so dumb, why can't you see that she's fake? I think that would make most anyone see their date differently. So it's really late. By the time he actually gets to his date with Red Oyster, he's exhausted. And in the middle of their conversation, as they're cuddling on the couch outside, he falls asleep on her chest. Now, I'm sure as disappointing as that is to have someone fall asleep in the middle of your date, it does really speak volumes to how comfortable he is with her. That's where he should have called it quits, because the next date is where everything goes to shit.
Hey, you want a piece of chicken?
Gotta be chicken. I just beat you.
Whoa, you ain't get,
And as soon as she joins him and sits down with him, she gets up on him, she's straddling him, she's riding him like it's a rodeo, she's kissing him all over, she's being super touchy and acting kind of crazy, if you ask me, and extremely out of character considering 2 episodes ago, she literally told Flav that if he wanted to kiss her, he would have to wait like 3 weeks, which is just a complete 180. So he is not feeling it at all.
now I want you like as my sweetie, like I took out to dinner. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Real recognizes real.
This could not have gone worse for Sweetie. That being said, love her outfit though. His very last one-on-one of the night is Smiley, and he goes upstairs to grab her, and she's asleep. And you know what? He wants to sleep too, so he couldn't be bothered to wake her up. So he decides he's just gonna go to bed, and he'll do his one-on-one with Smiley tomorrow. Now, as Flav is getting into bed, getting undressed, washing off his face, and getting ready to sleep, all of a sudden, Hoops and Pumpkin come in, and they're cuddling up on him. It's actually really cute. And then all of a sudden, in comes New York. And Hoops and Pumpkin are still awake to hear her come in, but Flav is passed out. He doesn't even know she's in there. And she's pissed.
Pumpkin and Hoops. They're both sluts trying to sleep with my man. I was a little upset.
When she sees that Flav isn't gonna wake up, obviously, she starts taking his hand and like petting it on her face. It's so creepy. Look at this shit.
Look at Flav.
Now, after Flava Flav wakes up in the morning, he sees Pumpkin and Hoops with him, and all of a sudden he notices that New York is also in his bed and is like cradling his hand as much as possible against her face. And he's like, you know what? She's asleep. I'ma just leave her. And him, Hoops, and Pumpkin get up and go downstairs for breakfast. After the girls have all had breakfast and they get ready for the day and come downstairs, they see Big Rick and a whole counter full of ingredients, every ingredient you could possibly imagine you might need to make fried chicken. Flava Flav lets all of the girls know that they will be preparing a fried chicken dish for him and his mother to taste, and whoever has the best fried chicken will be joining Flav and his mother on a one-on-one date that night at his mom's favorite restaurant. Maybe it's also Red Lobster. After the girls find this out, it's then revealed to us that Hottie was raised raw vegan her entire childhood, and she is still a raw vegetarian. Whatever that means. Editing Gabby, could you please give us a definition, because that is so confusing. But this girl's never had anyone in her life show her how to cook meat, neither has she touched raw meat ever in her life. Why would she? So she's shooting in the dark here, but she's overly confident as always. New York, Hoops, and Goldie are the only ones who have ever actually cooked fried chicken before. So they're definitely cooking with a little bit of an advantage here. And before they begin the competition, Rick is giving them some, time to contemplate. And right before he's about to say go, Hottie raises her hand and asks if she can order in. The entire time that Sweetie is cooking, she is sobbing.
I'm so scared of seeing a chicken whole and raw. I don't do well with that.
She is sobbing until she has to stop touching this chicken. She's got slow tears rolling down her face. All the other girls are trying to be so supportive of her, but she's just so ridiculous. Red Oyster doesn't actually know how to make fried chicken, but she knows how to make fried Chinese chicken. So she's gonna do what she can with what she knows how to do, and she starts cutting up her chicken into bite-sized pieces. And New York couldn't be more over this. She cooks everything as fast as possible and then just sits back and stares and judges everyone else exactly as I would expect her to. And last but not least, Hottie. Hottie is very confident in her carrots and celery recipe. So she braises her celery and her carrots and then proceeds to take those celery and carrots whole, long and whole, and shove them into the butt of the chicken. She then proceeds to put a whole chicken, a whole undeboned, carrot stuffed, celery penetrated chicken into the microwave and cook it for 20 minutes on high. And her explanation for this, the reason she does this, because there's a chicken button on the microwave, so that must be what it's for. Girl, what? They calls it the most sanitary way of cooking a chicken. For a girl with an Ivy League degree, she sure is dumb. All the girls finish cooking, and Flav and his mom proceed to do a blind taste test. They will pick their favorite two to then taste again at the end, and whoever wins gets to go on this date with Flav and his mom. Plate number 1, Hoops' plate, is actually really good. He's very impressed with it. The mom's like, it's really soft, the skin is really crispy, and the flavor is good. Good thanks for my girl Hoops over here. Plate number 2 is actually pretty okay. And that's Sweetie's plate, the girl who wouldn't stop crying. So I'm just gonna believe in my own delusion that the tears she cried into the batter added a little bit of extra flavor to that fried chicken. Plate number 3 looks a little piecey, but that's okay because it's Red Oyster's plate. Flavor Flav takes a bite of it, so does his mom, and they say that it tastes like chicken fingers. But hey man, a win is a win is a win, especially compared to some of these other plates that we're gonna be seeing. Now, plate number 4 is okay. It has a ridiculous amount of oranges as garnish, like a lot, like a whole orange is on this plate, cut up into slices as garnish. And Flav says that the orange flavor is really throwing everything off. That's New York's plate. Plate number 5 is kind of tough. It's not great, it's fine. That's Smiley's plate.
Don't move.
Then we get plate number 7, which is Pumpkin's plate, and as good as it looks, it's not fully cooked through, unfortunately. And last but not least, Big Rick brings out the microwave monstrosity that is Hottie's dish.
Would win this date for me.
It ain't cooked.
Just because it's not fried, you can still microwave it and it is cooked.
Dish, and it looks insane. I cannot even believe that Flav took a bite out of it. I would have seen that shit coming out the kitchen and been, please take that back. That is a crime against humanity what she did to that chicken. I feel bad for it. Flav's mom's horrified, judging so hard. And you should, because what the fuck is that? The top 2 plates are plate number 1 and plate number 2, which is Hoops and Sweetie's plates. Ironically, Sweetie made it to the top 2 even though she was crying the entire time. Like I said, those tears that add a little something special to that batter, for sure. But at the end, he picks Hoops' plate number 1, which snaps for Hoops. A girl who can cook and still hold her own, good for her. Good for her. Hoop, Flav, and his mother then go out to dinner. And they honestly have a great time. Hoops and Flav's mom are getting on so good. And Hoops is like just impressing. Left, right, and center. Again, she's got that cool, calm, collected confidence that makes any stern woman look a grown girl in the eyes and be proud. So Good for Hoops. Good for Hoops. Good things are happening. Also, fit check. Fit check for Hoops. She looks adorable. Adorable. Like a fairy princess dream from 2006. If Barbie would have wore that, I would have begged my mom for it. Just saying. Just saying. So freaking cute. The date goes great. They get home. It's late. And Flav says goodbye to his mother. And he decides that it's time for the elimination, baby. So he gathers all the girls downstairs and he knows exactly what he needs to do. His words, not mine. Lines up all the girls, fit check, and Flav fit check. I love seeing the fabulousness against the ridiculousness. It really just is. It's a statement to who he is. And by the end of tonight, we will only have 7 girls. His first pick is Pumpkin. I don't think that's a hard pick. I think he's picking that with his head in his head, if you know what I mean. Pick number 2 is Red Oyster. Again, the queen rat has that loyalty. Like I said, on their one-on-one, they're very comfortable with each other. I think they just feel familiar, and that's always nice in a house full of strangers. Pick number 4 is New York. Pick number 5 is Goldie. Again, that familiarity just seems to be something that is really important to Flav. Pick number 6, we get Smiley, and it comes down to Hottie and Sweetie. And none of the other girls saw this coming. Every single girl has said at some point in this episode that they don't want to live with Hottie anymore. Everyone is sick of it. So things are not looking up for her. On the flip side, Sweetie is sweating. She is wondering if this whole act like New York thing has backfired on her worse than she ever would have thought, because she's never been anything less than like the top 5. And then, to everybody's surprise, he picks Hottie, Mama's fave. Like I said, don't go around pissing off a mama's boy's mother-in-law. And I think this is a perfect example of that, because if you would have asked me last episode who was gonna get out, Hottie or Sweetie, I full would have guessed Hottie, because that girl is crazy. Who feeds their possible future mother-in-law raw chicken? Girl, all you had to do is do what the other girls were doing. Just at least make sure it was cooked. Flav literally went and threw up after he ate your dish, and yet somehow your double D's seem to keep you in this game. Again, occasionally Flav is thinking with his head in his head and not with his heart. Just saying. And just to make things even crazier, the person we probably all expect to flip out the least, Sweetie, flips out.
I don't care about you. That's not... I get, like, this is a joke to me. You said the person leaving tonight doesn't care about you or is not feeling you?
Yeah, I don't think you really feel me like that. I don't think you was feeling me like...
She's freaking out. Flav says that he doesn't think that she's feeling her, and she goes, I cook chicken for you even though I have a severe fear of chicken. I decided to start making out with you even though I would like make everybody else wait to kiss me, touch me, do anything with me. I told everybody how I feel about you. I was the first girl that I went on a date with you, and you think that I'm not feeling you? I have a feeling this girl usually gets what she wants. But alas, it is her time to go home. So goodbye, Sweetie. We are down to our top 7 girls.
The way she left, that was whack. But your man Flavor Flav looks forward, not look back.
We have Pumpkin, Red Oyster, Hoops, New York, Goldie, Smiley, and Hottie. I didn't see that coming, that's for sure. Go ahead and comment down in the comments below if you thought this girl was gonna go home, because I definitely didn't. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you want to find me on any other of my social medias, or you want to take a listen to my music, you can find me at any of these handles. And I tried to make this video a little bit shorter. If you guys like that, feel free and comment down below. Let me know what you think. And I can't wait to see you in the next one, because things are really starting to heat up. I definitely have my favorites. I definitely have my least favorites, but I'm not gonna stop watching. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Have a great week. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.